How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock. We're going to go over and look at exactly what to expect for Tesla stock for tomorrow. We're going to talk about exactly some important news that came out for Tesla and also for the overall stock market. We have some important economic data coming out, and we're also going to be looking at the crypto market. We have a lot of volatility. Some cryptocurrencies are actually crashing at the current moment. So we're going to talk about that too. So make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. So as you can see over here, we have Tesla is sitting at $728. We're down 0.82%. As you can see in the morning, right when the market opened, at one point we're at $700 and we went below to $680. So we went below the support area of $700 and we slowly recovered. So yesterday we talked about that we got some important economic data that we need to be watching out for. So later on, we're going to be talking about that, why the stock market dropped significantly, but we got the recovery that we needed for several hours. And unfortunately, we trended lower and lower as time passed, and we closed at $728. And for the week, it's looking that Tesla is definitely selling off to the downside. And we have, I believe, me personally, I think Tesla has hit the bottom based off of the price action that we saw this morning, but we're going to go over in detailed technical analysis for Tesla later on in the video. So when you look at the overall stock market, it looks like the overall stock market was relatively flat today, but we saw some extreme volatility right from the market open. So as you can see, we have Apple that is down 2.69%, Microsoft down, Amazon positive 1.48%, healthcare stocks that are doing relatively well. We have Tesla that's down 0.82%. So important economic data that we talked about yesterday is that we are going to be getting the initial jobless claims number, and it came out a little bit higher than expected. And we also had the producers price index number that came out that was quite shocking in a way. So the stock market definitely reacted to the downside. As you see some of the headlines, we have wholesale inflation rose 11% in April as producers' prices keep accelerating. So that is not good in a way, because the Fed is taking extreme measures and they're trying to control inflation. However, things are not working out. So when you also go over and look at some of the important news that came out for Tesla, on yesterday's video, we talked about that the Shanghai factory could potentially be pausing production of vehicles because they're having supply chain issues. Some of the factories that are providing materials for them to produce vehicles are shut down because of COVID. So that definitely is going to be affecting their production and the delivery numbers coming up. So the stock price is definitely reacting in spite of this news. And unfortunately, this might continue because COVID cases not only is rising in China, also some cases in some areas in the United States are also going up. So we'll see how this is going to pan out within the next few weeks, the next few months. Not only Tesla, but the overall stock market is also suffering a lot with shutdowns, the global economy being super weak in spite of what's been going on with Russia, Ukraine, and also we have COVID lockdowns in China. So things are not looking good at the current moment. Another important news is that we have an analyst that came out and lowered the price target for Tesla. Wells Fargo analyst lowers the price target from $960 to $900. So that is not good in a way. And some of the main reasons that these analysts are coming out and lowering price targets is, of course, what's been going on with Shanghai. They're not going to be producing vehicles as much. They're not going to be exporting. And we don't know how long this is going to last, because COVID, the lockdown can last for a while, for a week, or for a month. You never know. So that is one of the main fears that they have, is how long this problem is going to be lasting. So they don't know. And also inflation is definitely being a big part of their reasoning. Let's talk about and look at exactly what to expect for tomorrow for the overall stock market, for Tesla stock, and also crypto market. So everything has been going down aggressively. Tesla stock is sitting at $728. As you see, the market has gone down aggressively. So we've been trending it to the downside for the past few days. The lower that we made today was around $385. So we have another support level that we're watching. It's going to be $380. And it seems like buyers are coming in today and stepped up their game. Since we gapped it down, we have buyers that stepped in and held it and it potentially went up higher and higher as the day went through. So that is a good sign, because we could have easily just had a continuation because those numbers are not really attractive. So we could have continuously went down and down, potentially be going to 380, but the buyers stepped in again and again and again, because several times we tried to break down, but the buyers came in and the bulls took control. So I think, my personal opinion, I think we actually saw the bottom today. If we can close green, I think we actually bottomed out with the overall stock market. Even if we continue to sell off, we have a pretty solid support at around $380. So that's going to be the important price level that we're going to be watching for the overall stock market tomorrow. So we also have some important data coming out. Friday, May 13, we have the import price index number coming out at 8:30 a.m. It's going to be for the month of April. The forecast is going to be 0.6%. So this is a very critical number, because the GDP numbers that came out for Q1 was negative, and some of the data that we got from import export was completely skewed. The US imported a lot of goods. However, they did not export that much, and that weighed in a lot on the GDP numbers, and unfortunately it became negative in spite of that. So the global economy is doing very bad right now because of what's going on with Russia, what's going on with Ukraine, and the Chinese lockdown that's been happening. So US were not able to export their goods to the global market, but they're able to import. People in the US, the consumer price index are definitely indicating that people are spending money. They have the money, but I don't know how long this could potentially be lasting. So it's going to be really, really important data to watch out for, especially for the month of April. If we get this number skewed also the same way as the Q1, then we might expect a negative GDP number to come out in Q2, and we could officially state that we are in a recession, because we had 2 consecutive negative GDP numbers come out, negative growth happen in 2 quarters. So we're officially going to be in a recession. So that is going to be some of the important data that we need to be watching out for tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Also at 10 a.m., we have the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index, and the 5-year inflation expectation is also coming out at 10 a.m. So we'll see how those numbers are going to be panning out. But let's talk about Tesla stock. So Tesla stock has definitely been aggressively selling off, just like with the overall stock market. We got some individual catalysts that came out. We got the news from Shanghai that there is going to be some issues moving forward, because some of the suppliers, some of the companies that are located in China that supplies raw materials for them to produce vehicles have been shut down. So they don't know how long that shutdown is going to last. So they have to pause their production too, because they're not going to be getting the materials that is required for them to produce vehicles. So we don't know how long that's going to last. So that's going to have an impact on the production numbers, the delivery numbers, and eventually the Q2 numbers could potentially suffer in spite of this. So Tesla stock today, it was aggressively selling off to the downside. We went to $680. We had a pretty solid support at $700. This was the lows that we made when we got the official news from Russia and Ukraine that they're going into war. Russia is going to be invading Ukraine, and the overall stock market sold off aggressively, and we bounced back of the $700 level. So we had a pretty nice bounce in spite of that. But however, today we went below. Investors, traders really saw the opportunity to come in and buy, so we could have easily continued to break down, but we didn't. So that is a pretty good sign. And when you look at the volume too, as you can see, it's definitely increasing. So I believe that we actually bottomed out. That's just my opinion, but it's definitely going to depend upon how the price action, how the overall stock market, how the economic data is going to be affecting the stock market tomorrow. But if we can get another day of a bounce, then I think we can definitely level out in this area between $700 to $750 and potentially see some recovery happen going into next week. So, but of course, we might get some individual catalysts for Tesla, like we had the price target decrease that happened from Wells Fargo analyst, and we can get some more revision of price targets, because Tesla is one of those stocks that have been very, very good, especially after they have a phenomenal earnings that they announced. We got a lot of price target increases and etc. But overall, what's been going on with the global markets, what's been going on with the global economy, what's been going on with China, what's going on in Europe. We might see some form of a revision coming up pretty soon. So also we have, Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrency markets are definitely crashing at the same time too. So Bitcoin at one point in time hit $25,000, $25,373. Buyers definitely stepped in and bought this massive dip that we got. And also we have Dogecoin also that Elon Musk likes, has been showing extreme volatility. We got Bitcoin, Dogecoin crashing, Dogecoin at one point hitting 0.651. So that is very, very low. This is happening mainly because some of the stable coins are definitely crashing, and that is affecting a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Tesla? Let me know in the comments below if you're actually buying Tesla stock right now. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. But I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.